reporting on the games you love by people who love to game. The MMO Reporter Network. MMO Reporter's PAX Prime coverage is brought to you by GoDaddy. Use the coupon code MMOReporter199 to get your next domain for only $1.99. Hi everybody, Chris here from MMO Reporter at PAX on day one. I'm here with Corey Davis, design director for Nosgoth, and I got a chance to play the game. I'm really excited, but for those listeners, those viewers who haven't seen the game yet, can you let us know what's Nosgoth all about?
Yeah, so Nosgoth is a third-person competitive, we call it an asymmetrical combat game, and what that means is one faction is melee and one faction is ranged. So our humans have these awesome ranged weapons, automatic crossbows, longbows, hand cannons, and the vampires are all melee-based, but they're incredibly physically powerful. So as you saw, they can climb walls, they can leap great distances, they can claw your face off. So it's all about that interplay. You know, we want humans to feel like they're hunted, but feel like they can fight back, and vampires to feel like they're on the prowl, but they have to watch out for these guys.
And it seems like it's a game that really is made for a lot of coordination, yes, especially on the human player side.
Very much so. So, you know, we don't really support the lone wolf type of gameplay. You can't blast your way to victory by yourself. It's all about, you know, as a human team, finding the right spot to defend, posting up, covering your angles. If your teammate gets grabbed by a flying vampire, shooting him down to safety. On the vampire side, these guys are super coordinated guys with ranged weapons. If you're going to tackle them, you got to send in your charging character, your tank. You got to obscure their vision with a shadow bomb. There's all sorts of little team play options. Yeah.
And what are you doing for players for longevity? You know, as they play the game and they want to grow their skills, show their growth as a player, what do you get for playing the game for a while?
So there's a couple things. You can customize any of our character classes, so they all have a default loadout with abilities. But as you play, you earn gold, which you can purchase alternate versions of abilities with. So they go from as dramatic as our Reaver, who can leap great distances, can trade that out for a roundhouse kick if he feels like being more melee focused, to simple things like humans can opt between a burst fire crossbow and an automatic crossbow, depending on what your preference is. On the other side, cosmetically, you can earn prestige skins by leveling up that really isolate you as like, that guy's a really good player of that character because he has that awesome skin.
Yeah. And now it is free to play, but what do you offer for players who, you know, have a little extra income and want to enhance their game?
Sure. So the only things that are in the store that you have to pay for are character skins, obviously, like a lot of online games. And there's also things like boosters that let you progress faster. And if you just don't feel like waiting to get that one item you want, you can buy it. But the focus is on people that want to just play the game. You don't have to pay to be competitive. Everything's on a level playing field.
And so just to be clear, the only things that you can't get through in-game stuff are...
Yeah, it's basically, I think a lot of people call it now convenience or cosmetics. So you can pay to speed things up a little bit, but it doesn't give you an advantage, and you can pay for it to, you know, look different.
Cool. So when you're playing the game, when you're jumping in there, what's your favorite class to play on the human side?
I don't have a favorite. You know, we have so many cool people at the studio coming up with great ideas. We all love all of the characters we've come up with, but lately I've been playing the Prophet on the human side. She has 2 pistols. She's basically a dual-wielding blood witch. She's a pretty nasty lady. Yeah. And I really like her interplay of, you know, I like pistols in shooter games, so I like that balance of having a pistol, being able to steal life from vampires.
And it was fun that I played the Prophet as well and used that disabling shot, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Now, on the vampire side, you've got a whole bunch of different things.
Right.
One of the things that was amazingly funny as I'm running along was I got picked up and dropped from a height.
Yeah. So our Sentinel is our winged vampire. He can fly around the entire map, and if he times it right, he can actually snatch a human, which happened to you, pick them up and drop them to their death, or at least for a lot of damage. And it's also great as a team mechanic because you can split up the human team. And he was one of our goals when we first concepted the game. We were like, it'd be really cool to have a flying character like that. It really paid off.
And I see a lot of different influences in the game. I mean, I mentioned it to a couple different people, sort of the Warhammer, I think it was Age of Reckoning, PvP stuff, a little touch of WoW Arena and stuff. What do you think, other than that, some of the other influences on the game are?
We really are big fans of Valve's Team Fortress 2 and Left 4 Dead. You know, you can see a little influence of both of those in the game, obviously. And we were always big MMO players, so we liked arena combat in MMOs, but we felt like we wanted it to be more visceral, move a little bit more towards an arena shooter type of area, and that's what Nosgoth has turned into.
I had a really great time playing the game. Thanks a lot for chatting with us, and I'm looking to spend some more time with Nosgoth.
Awesome. Hope to see you in game.